Um,
Mm-hmm.
we getting right to it, baby. We getting right back to it. Blockbuster, blockbuster,
Blockbuster.
blockbuster.
I be god damn, I would have sent him to the Brooklyn Nets, bro. Ain't no way in the hell. And then I mean, I understand that they ended up flipping their assets and they got
They did. They really did flip
and
the
they got
assets.
and they got Oladipo. But I'm sorry,
Yeah.
not for Harden, bro.
Yeah.
I still don't think they got enough because although they got those draft picks, unless those draft picks are something
Pan out. Yeah.
that's not even paying out, that's something that's gonna come on down the line when KD, Kyrie, and Harden ain't there.
Yeah.
Them ain't worth a good goddamn because they
good
gonna be
guard
at
don't.
they gonna be at the back of the draft. So I don't like. To me, I honestly just think, all right, they were just like, hey, bro, let's just get his ass up out of here. And to me, I feel like had you continued to wait, all right, cool.
You'd have got some deals.
Boogie would have whooped his ass if he kept violating.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, I'm not about to just acquiesce to your every need just because you don't want to be here. So fucking what?
Yeah.
Because guess what?
I agree 100.
Because if it gets to the point where you got to start sitting, I'm gonna go to the league and figure out how we can get some of this cash back too.
I think. I don't know officially, but I think it says first round swaps.
Yeah, and that's what I want to clarify for y'all. They said they gave him 4 first round picks, but then they said 4 more picks are swaps. So I think they got a total of 8 picks. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, because they got one of them is Milwaukee's picks. They say they got 3 Brooklyn first rounders. 4 one of them is Milwaukee's first round pick, unprotected in 2022, and then you got 4 Brooklyn first round swaps. See? Like I said, so that's
a lot of assets, man.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. But for me, when you are trading an MVP,
yeah, oh yeah, come on.
I'm not really trying to get a lottery ticket. I don't want
because he's going to be on the court. Lottery ticket's going to mess up the chemistry.
But no, not even that. What I'm talking about is draft picks are basically a lottery ticket. You could either hit or you can miss, and you can spend a whole bunch of money buying lottery tickets and you miss. Especially if my lottery ticket gets devalued at the back of the draft. You know what I'm saying? So if the draft that I'm happen to be able to use all these picks in is a weak draft, guess what? I just traded an MVP for some money, some Powerballs that ain't hit.
But let's keep another thing in perspective. Even though he's an MVP, it's a walking bucket. He out of shape. He looking like me. He fat. You know what I'm saying?
He really out of shape, bro. It's looking bad.
He's devaluing himself
by his behavior.
Yeah, go ahead, Cannon.
That leads me to where I really like the trade from a basketball standpoint from Houston, being the way that Harden was acting, the way that he's acting. Because as you all know, you don't want a cancer on your team, and he is becoming a cancer. Anytime you're going to go up on national TV and say we can't even compete, and you're the reason that we can't compete. So it's like, bro, stop. So I understand, they have to get rid of him. I'm on 100% agreement with AJ though. What I'm not going to allow you to do is come in here, throw tantrums, be late, not show up, down talk the organization when we've laid out the red carpet for you. We've laid it out for you. And what I'm not going to do is just send you where you want to be at.
Once again, like I said before,
I'm not doing that.
You can't come into my office and complain about a culture that you created. And I don't want to hear anybody that's going to say, how can a player create a culture? They literally brought the players in that Harden wanted. They asked him on all of the changes that they made. They asked him, say, hey, do you want this? Hey, do you want this? Management got that done for him, and it still didn't work. A lot of this stuff is his fault. Yeah, you bring in Dwight Howard, and people are like, oh, of course, it's not going to work with Dwight Howard. That's just get him out of here. But then you bring in Chris Paul.
Yes, put Eric's comment up there.
We see what Chris Paul does when he gets on a team. He elevates them, and y'all still with you as an MVP and Chris Paul, you couldn't get it done. Then you bring in Russell Westbrook. Everybody had their questions about Russell Westbrook, but one thing that nobody ever questioned was Russell Westbrook. But nobody ever questioned Russell Westbrook. But I'm saying no one ever questioned Russell Westbrook playing hard.
No, not
Russell
at all.
Westbrook came in and complained about the culture. Like, this the shit y'all be doing? Y'all he be late to meetings.
Everything, bro. Everything.
he's late to the flight, so we gotta hold the flight because of him. So my whole thing is you're the cancer. Don't be coming up here acting like a little bitch now because everybody gone and you got problems because now it ain't going the way you see it. And now, you bring in John Wall, and John Wall like, man, fuck this nigga. I'm here now because it looked like he back.
I like Wall with Oladipo. And that's what really for me, that extra sneak move that Houston did. I really like that. Because, bro, you bring in an Oladipo who wants the ball. You bring in a John Wall who wants to reestablish himself as a top player in the league. So it's like now
you got Boogie as your third option.
Come on now, you got Boogie. You
don't
have
forget Christian Woods. Don't forget
Christian Woods. Yes.
Yes. And then you got those draft picks. So it's like, if you could GM these draft picks, you can be in position in the next 3 or 4 years. But it all depends on that. But what I want to do, I want to spin wheels, and what y'all think about Brooklyn?
Before we do this, well, I hate to go ahead.
Go ahead.
Because I want to know: do we think the way that Kyrie was acting has some input, some implication to why they just seem like this trade came back up out of nowhere to get Harden on the team?
Yeah, very possibly.
I wholeheartedly believe that the boy went AWOL. Let's just be quite honest. Like I said, I've been defending Kyrie for no reason.
Against me, because remember we've had some debates on Kyrie,
and I don't want to be the Kyrie apologist.
Yeah,
but he lost his lifeline with me, because like you say, you went AWOL. You're not communicating where you've been at and where you're going.
And you're doing other
stuff. They not looking good. Like they started out hot, and then they can't defend us right now. We can 3-man weave them right now and smoke some buckets. You know what I'm saying?
So my whole thing is like, bro, you end like the way you forcing your way out, like those young dudes in Boston, they was like, all right, bye. We didn't really care.
They didn't care, bro.
It was like, okay, and he wanted to be the man, and then Bron came home and said, nah, daddy's back home. And then he forced his way out of, tried to get out of there with Bron. He wanted to be like, oh, I'm my own man.
That was smart.
I mean, I understand, but it ain't looking too good at the end of the day for him because once again, he went to Boston and he can go run in Boston. And Jason Tatum was like, nah, it's cool. I can hold it down.
Let's just stick to Brooklyn. How desperate they were.
Yeah, 100%. And to me, but what I was saying was going to lead all into this is because you did all this to get away from Bron, be your own man, but now you end up in Brooklyn wanting KD.
You're in the shadow.
Talking about, I can finally look, as somebody who can knock down a shot at the end of the game.
And y'all can't. And y'all miss.
I mean, come on now. And then now you just own some whole other stuff. And the reason why I said, sometimes I just wish, I'm always on the side of the players, but sometimes I just wish Kyrie would just shut up and ball.
I'm with you on that.
Because his statements don't seem to be thought out. He's he talks like he is a super intellectual, but his actions with his thoughts don't seem
match.
to match.
They don't match.
To me, an intellectual is going to think before they ever open their mouth. And I don't think he does that. I think he tries to sound philosophical and stuff like that and give these sound bites. But bro, you not making no sense, especially by some of the actions that you are having. And so to me, hey bro, if you want to ball. If you don't, I understand because it's plenty of players in this NBA and others, across the board in sports who got other shit going on outside of basketball, but still come to work. Especially, I never thought Kyrie was a superstar, but I'm sure Kyrie thinks he's a superstar. So if you
superstar talent,
so if you think you on this superstar level,
you gotta act like one.
Why the hell you letting some of this outside stuff take you away from something that you are trying to focus on?
I ain't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. My thing about this whole Nets thing though, you were struggling with defense, right? Already. You were struggling with defense already. I'm about to talk basketball, so if y'all put your basketball hats on if you're ready. You buckle up. You was already struggling with defense, right? So you get rid of one of your defensive anchors, Jared Allen. You get rid of him, right?
No.
The other T Prince. I always torture his name.
Torian.
Thank you. He a 3-and-D wing defender.
Yeah, no, he is. Gone.
LeVert, he gone.
Gone.
So you have absolutely nobody.
You don't got no defense.
Your best defender is KD. Let's be honest. Your best defender is KD.
Hey.
You have a head coach that ain't never played defense in his life.
Ever.
And that's my point.
You got a head coach that ain't never played defense.
You got an assistant coach
that ain't never coached defense in his life. Ain't never coached defense in his life.
Yeah, because he ain't playing. I don't think he played.
So you ain't got no defensive coach.
Let's talk about coaching trees.
So now you got you just playing pickup basketball with everybody on offense, right? But no defense whatsoever. You think you just gonna outscore everybody. Okay, now you think you're gonna outscore everybody. Now you got two ball dominant players. Because I'm not counting KD in this situation. You got two ball dominant situation. Kyrie already been ISOing and going AWOL on the court in game with KD. With KD. So now you mean to tell me you gonna add Harden that all he do is ISO, dribble. In a basketball set, you think they supposed to adjust? It's like how many years they been in the league? How many years they been in the league? That's a rhetorical question because we know they've been in the league for a while. Their game is who they are.
Yeah.
And they're accustomed to people adjusting to them. Like you come and play with Harden, you adjust the Harden game. You play with Kyrie, you adjust with Kyrie. KD, you evolve around KD.
But see, and the thing about KD is such a great player. Even though you will evolve your team around KD, it don't mean KD got to be ball dominant because you saw what KD did in Golden State. Regardless of any piece that they brought to Houston,
he was able to fit.
Harden still was Harden.
Oh no,
and I know he'll, you were saying, it's gonna work. They talked it and they were able. Remember, I was the one that said I didn't, or maybe it was Cannon that said, it's they gonna make it work because they friends. And I was like,
what? For Westbrook and Harden.
And I was like, that don't mean shit.
No. But okay, go. I'm gonna let you get your point off.
And so that's why I'm saying like it's obvious.
It could have if they had a better coach, bro.
And that's why I didn't want to stop his point, Cannon.
Okay,
they went small ball.
I respect this point,
but they went small ball and just threw everything away.
But that's my point because remember who built that culture in Houston. So it wasn't like they was going to get a coach in there that say, "Hey, we need you to chill out on this dribbling the air out of the ball," and then
you want them to do it more,
like, work into the flow of my offense. They brought in a coach that said, "Here, take it. Do you? You got free range. Run point." You get what I'm saying? And then it was just like, "Hey, give Russ some. Let Russ cook."
At what 5 seconds left on the shot clock,
and we see what happens when you let Russ's cook and you don't.
The reason why I was high on Brooklyn before the trade because I liked the pieces that they had already. I mean, Dinwiddie getting hurt. That
was bad. That was bad.
I like the picks. I mean, I like the fit that everybody had, and I understood that KD was going to be KD regardless because he's accustomed to playing with a ball dominant player. Yeah. He's gonna get his. KD's gonna always get his. You don't have to worry about KD. But now you add a Harden that pulled a hissy fit when he wasn't the one controlling the offense in Houston. That one series that they started running the offense through CP3. He stood in the corner and act like a ho. This is who he is at this point. You want to tell me that he about to come in here and change? Nah, you're gonna have to show me. And then once they show me, I'll come up here and be like, okay, I'll give my assessment right then. But this prediction right here, this is terrible.
Yeah, but that's how I felt about Houston. I was like, hey, I'm not buying into none of this. And then so to put James Harden with Kyrie, and then you still got KD on the floor, like I told y'all,
and no defense.
Poor KD, because KD now is
your best defender.
But he's still your best player. But now he has to defend the best player
and he got to do everything.
But be the best player who's trying to find a way to get his because they not gonna like give him the ball to get his. They're not gonna put him in the offense to get his. But that's the thing. I don't think that they will because once again, like you just said, we saw Kyrie already going AWOL on the court with KD. Yeah. So now you got Kyrie going AWOL. Harden going AWOL, and they gonna be the ones that's bringing up the ball.
That's nasty, bro.
They gonna be like Carlton and Will trying to get the ball from the inbound to bring it up court because they're like, hey, no, it's my turn. It's my turn.
I text you, AJ. I can't control the comments, so you got to do that for me. But my thing, like I said, this Lakers in 4, baby.
I ain't putting that shit up.
Lakers in 4. Lakers in 4, baby. But my thing, it just doesn't make any basketball sense. Yeah, I think I may have seen a comment. I think Dollar said that they may add some more pieces later on, which I'm sure. Like I know they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to go get somebody that can play some defense.
They should have figured out a way to get PJ Tucker because you needed some defense.
You're gonna need more. Everybody's trying to copy, Golden State. You want to be Golden State.
And that's over. Why are you copying something that's past, bro?
They still play defense, is what I'm getting to.
But they haven't won the last 2 championships, bro. So
here's my thing.
I'm gonna try to make and mimic what someone did 3 years ago and was successful 3 years ago. It's a new NBA, bro. It has transformed right in front of us. You gotta stay current, bro.
But here's the thing. Here's the reason why nobody, regardless of what happened, who you acquired was ever going to be able to emulate what the Golden State Warriors did, regardless of defense or not. It's probably the 2 greatest shooters of all time.
Yeah, that's 3, bro.
Like so,
when KD was there, was 3.
The 2 greatest shooters of all time, and possibly just one of the greatest scorers in NBA history. How can you emulate that? That shit's not gonna happen. Stop trying to do that. What you should do is to try and build your strengths, to try and get stuff to counteract that. Because guess what? Steph is maybe the greatest shooter of all time.
Ain't no
But what does Steph have an issue with? Bigger point guards with length that can really get up on them. So instead of trying to get somebody else to shoot, not recently, but what I'm saying is if you can get
that boy had an issue with nobody.
Nobody. But if you can get somebody with length that can still hang with Steph, put him in his face, and then someone who can run around with Clay, that was issue. But then you still had Durant. No one has those assets to constantly just build a team to either emulate what they had or even stop what they had. So just do your best.
And they also had a coach who was a pure shooter, so who understood how to play that game. So it's like, stop trying to emulate. You are an NBA coach and an NBA GM for a reason. You got to do your own thing. That's how Golden State created the Golden State model, by doing what works best for them. You see what I'm saying? Look at Frank and Rob Pelinka. They said, bro, we're not trying to be nobody else. We're going to come in here. We're going to do it our way based off our talent and our guys. And we're going to surround that and work it that way. And it won a chip. Toronto was able to do it 1 year, was able to do it their way. If Kawhi would have stayed, who knows? They may have been able to run it back, but it's not trying to be Golden State, which has led to Toronto and the Lakers getting chips recently. So it's like, if you're going to try to be a team from 3 years ago, you're lost already. You've already lost, which is why I told Hill prior to the season, I'm not worried about Brooklyn.
I know you told me, like you said, that was personal. Right. I text you, I'm like, hey, they kind of scaring me. You like, well, I ain't scared of nothing.
And here's my thing. The reason why I hate the term is like a copycat league. So I hate that. I hate that in the NFL. I hate it in basketball. I hate it when they talk about it's a copycat league. Because when you are trying to copy something that's already happened, the good coaches are trying to have foresight and see what can we do to counteract this and get better than this. You see what I'm saying? It's not how can we create this and get, the same success that they had, because that's the reason why all these NFL teams is chasing that Patriot success, hiring all their coaches and fucking failing. Because they're trying to create the Patriot way. That's why all these teams that are trying to build these teams like the Warriors and play small ball are failing, because guess what? You don't have those small players to play small ball.
And then you also don't have big players anymore to defend teams that don't play small ball. Dummy.
Exactly. Like what? Like so now you trying to get these small players, and then you don't got no big players because 80% of the rest of the league still got big players.
Come on now.
So that's why I like Jokic. I like it. Like Jokic is going like he's such a problem because
remember 2 years ago was
when we
3
did the
years,
list,
almost 3 years. We tried to play Joker, man.
We did. That was the inception of the 3-man weave.
Like that literally was like one of the first couple episodes where we talked about Jokic.
And stopped balling since.
Ain't stopped balling since, bro.
If the pod dies, it dies. That's what he said.
That's what he said.
That's exactly how he said it. Yeah. Think about it though. Think about it. Kyrie on a sabbatical. We don't know when he's coming back. Even when he come back, he got to go through quarantine on the COVID policy.
Because he ain't wearing no mask on his sabbatical.
Harden is not in shape.
He's fat, bro. He got to be. He's pushing 250.
He's not in shape.
He got the AJ bod.
Okay.
Nah, bro. He worse.
Yeah,
way worse.
He looking like me, bro. He looking like me, bro. We out here. We out here quarantining.
Quarantine.
Pandemic. We pandemic poppies out here.
You what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? But look, like I said, you got Kyrie on a sabbatical. Harden not in shape. KD still getting back to his self. Plus, they got championship aspirations and expectations.
And expectation.
In the media capital of the world.
New York City.
Baby. World, Craig.
I ain't sold.
Hell no, I ain't sold.
I'm not sold neither. I'm definitely not sold.
Who is this Facebook user? Hard look like Hill. I got to know. Please click the link.
Yeah, we need to talk this one out. Hold on.
I need to see your face, your name. I need all the information.
Hey, I'm gonna put it back in the chat.
Yeah.
The pinned comment so y'all can go ahead and click the link. God damn it. But nah, that was a good one.
He got the night shift.
Hey, Eric, you are a wild boy. Oh, that's Tori.
It's Tori.
It's Tori.
Tori can't follow directions, man.
Yeah, come through. So we can go ahead and give you your crack. I'm about to get back in shape on y'all again. Y'all ain't go hard than me.
Hey, nah, you know what, Hill? Hey, for the summer, 3-man weave, we're gonna do our live show when the world open back up.
Uh-huh.
Hey, we might do this shit poolside with everybody jealous because they can't talk about the dad bods no more through.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Four pack on them.
I'm ready for the pool show.
I ain't had a 6-pack in my life, but I'm gonna have a 4-pack on them.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with the 4-pack.
Hey, we about to transition right here because we done gave up our Nets. And, we're gonna be in the Facebook group going at it about the Nets for a while. We got a lot of loyal Nets supporters in there. So
are they loyal? These new Net fans.
Yeah, these KD Net fans.
Where they from? Brooklyn.
They was Knicks fans before. They was Knicks fans before.
But Brooklyn is a new team, and some of these Brooklyn people have been Brooklyn fans from the beginning. But in the group, there's a lot of Brooklyn fans that just became fans this year.
Well,
and I ain't mad at you if you following KD.
Well, like I said, we got plenty of time in the group, to go back and forth at it. Saying we only got a lot of time on here.
Hey, no.
Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-man weave. We come at you with topics. No, you cannot stop it.